Today I'm going to show you how I made the upper cabinets on my ProMaster 2017 159 wheelbase. I've never done anything like this before, so I'm really pretty proud of myself. Let me show you how I did it. The first things that I did was I put a furring strip along this upper rib, and to that I was able to attach my paneling, and now I have placed magnets with this string so I know exactly where my furring strip is, so I can base my I can place a 1x3 here, and I can build a simple L-shaped cabinet off of that. Okay, I'm going to just take a quick pause and just show you what's happening with the polyurethane on the wood. So the two on the left have had their first coat, and these two on the right have not had any coat at all. And you can already see that the polyurethane is kind of giving that kind of warm, rich honey colored, which I really love. So this is working out very well for me. I like polyurethaning, you know, the bare wood. Look at how pretty that grain is coming out in there. This is going to be the bottom of the shelving unit, so when you're laying in bed or sitting on one of the dinette seats, you'll be able to see this bottom piece and that pretty grain in there. Oh my gosh, this is birch, and I see why everybody uses it. I just can't believe how well this turned out. I love the color, I love the sheen. It isn't quite dry yet, but this is the birch wood, plywood 1/2 inch. So choosing the right screw to attach this to the wall, I'm going in with 1 1/4, and I always do this before I start screwing in, is I check the distance of this screw. So this is a 1x2, which is really 3/4, and what I'll be screwing into will also be a 1x, which will be 3/4. So that will be just right. So these screws are what I'll be using. Right, now I'm going to double check that I have it level at both ends. Right at that 60-inch mark from the floor. Don't you just love it when things work out? So when I measured, this is an 8-foot piece of 1x2 maple, and when I measured this out, I decided 82 inches. I wanted it to come up right to the opening of the door. I was thinking about like working here at the galley and just really wanting this open space. this point to this point is 12 inches. And from this point to this point, here we go, let me move that, is 12 inches. The length of this board and this board and this board are 82 inches. And boy, does that look fabulous. Okay, just figuring out the cabinets. I want a uniform 2-foot cabinet on each in each space, but here at the end I'm coming up with 10 feet 10 inches on my cabinet, and for my cabinet this lower support. And in this corner, I want to make sure that I leave room for the blackout curtain to go. So I think I'm going to be putting, I'm going to back that up another 2 inches, which should give me 4 inches in that area for that blackout curtain to go in. And then this first cabinet will be about 8 inches, and it's going to be an open cabinet to tuck hats and whatnot in when we come inside. All right, well, let's get going on that. Get a little bit more light in here. Here we go. Note to self, don't ever buy the cheap screws again. The heads strip out. Before I cut into this piece of wood, I wanted to show you the beautiful natural line in it. I'm going to try and preserve that from cupboard front to cupboard front. So I got through this, and that looks like just the perfect thing that I'm thinking to pull open. So I'm going to have to give that a sanding, and that's going to be really quite nice. That's exactly what I was thinking it was going to happen. Okay, well, I'm guessing there's some kind of trick to get this plug out of here. But I'm not smart enough to figure it out, I don't think, yet. Oh, there it is! Yay! Okay. Okay, made it through the first one. Ta-da! Time to do some sanding. And then I'm going to install it. Okay, I'm going to show you how I install these latches. So these latches are pretty simple. They don't have a lot of hold on them. They've got a magnet in here, and then there's just a simple plate that will go up here. I'm sitting at a little bit of an angle, and so it keeps sliding off of here. It's not like terribly important where that latch goes. I just don't want it to interfere in me reaching in to grab and open up this cupboard. So I've chosen that I'm going to go ahead and put it just right here. I'm going to mark in on the anchor holes, and you see that the anchor holes are a slot. So when I put this here, I'm going to drill right into the middle of this 1x2, and then as I screw it down, then I'm going to be able to move it forward or move it back, whatever it needs to be done. So first I'll drill those pilot holes. Always pre-drill. Okay. Now, I'll make sure that's nice and flat against there. Okay, I think I have this down now, and so I'm going to show you how to do it the easy way. And here's how you do it. First of all, I take a piece of blue tape and I line it up so that this line corresponds with this edge right here, so that I know when I get my strut in there that it's not gonna bump into the wall or anything. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. There's my strut. Okay. Second thing you do is you measure back from the edge, this edge right here, and you go 2 3/4 inches, and you make a mark. That mark, that's gonna correspond with this center mark right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark that center line, make a mark in the middle of each one of these oblong holes. Now, we're going to go ahead and put on the strut. This end pivots around, and this is your this is how you can adjust it. So we'll go ahead and we'll pop it on. Sometimes it's hard to get this on, sometimes it pops on right away. There. Okay. Okay, from there this is the second piece, the covered piece, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this as close as I can. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to position this. I'm not going to pop it into that, but I'm going to position it and make sure that my strut indeed does miss the wall, and it does. And then what I like to do is I like to put a little circle there. That helps me, guides me on that. And I'm going to mark the 3 holes and pre-drill those. There we go. Okay, now this will pop right on, but if it didn't, you could unscrew this and it will go down or up the shaft there, and so you have a little bit of adjustment there. Like that, and it'll slip right in. I'll take down the brace, and ta-da! And it works just like that. So I want to show you some of the challenges that I had not being a carpenter and not having made anything like this ever before. So there isn't really anything straight or level in the van, and I'm okay with that. But the first thing I wanted to say is, after I got all the cupboards together and I got the magnetic latches installed, I discovered that the small latches were not strong enough because things didn't line up to hold my cupboards together. And I just want to show you a quick view here at the end, how there's this space, and a lot of the cupboards have that little space where, for whatever reason, this is closer to the wall back here than it is here in the front. So I had to come back through and I had to replace the 20 pounds with 60 pounds, which is fine. The pistons here, they were actually, once you kind of got going on them and you got about 2 or 3 of them in, they were actually fairly easy to do, fairly straightforward.